we really need to understand the value that email marketing has, because as marketers, when we look at the digital landscape today, we have basically six different components to that, six different ways we can promote our digital presence. We have the website, which obviously we all have. Some of us might have developed apps for our e-commerce store. We have search engine marketing, organically doing SEO, or we do it paid through pay-per-click advertising. We have email marketing or marketing automation. Then we have some of the newer types of digital marketing, which sort of converge with a lot of what we see in social media. We have content marketing, which often includes blogging, but it could also include lead generation assets. We have the social media marketing, the organic and the paid, and we have influencer marketing. So the interesting thing is, two of the most powerful components here are the ones that don't really get talked about a lot, because we know that everybody's talking about content marketing, everybody's talking about social media marketing, talking about Facebook ads and Facebook Messenger and Instagram and TikTok. But two of the most powerful features here, email marketing and influencer marketing, really don't get their share. So influencer marketing, I wrote a book on. I'm not going to talk about it during this presentation, but this is where email marketing fits in as well. It's not as sexy as TikTok, right? It's been around for a long time, but it is extremely powerful, and it delivers an ROI that you can get for a small amount of time compared to a tremendous amount of time that you might need to do in social media in order to get a similar or even less ROI. So I'm going to show you some data and some stats about that. So hopefully you will be, you'll be reset in your mind as to where to apply your strategy. Now, every one of these is still important though. Social media still has a role to play, right? But we need to, now that everything's going digital, we need to do a reset and really invest in the things that make sense to do more of. And I think by the end of this presentation, you'll see that email marketing is one of them. One of the primary reasons when we do a comparison with social media marketing is that, let's face it, social media is borrowed land. I'm someone who had like 50,000 Google Plus followers, right? What is their value to my business today? Zero, right? Some of you may have been on MySpace, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that social media is borrowed land. We have no control. And if Zuckerberg wants to change something tomorrow, there's nothing we can do. We want people on our island, right? We want to be in control of everything. And that's our website. And social media has a lot of roles to play in terms of finding new customers, engaging with new customers. But at the end of the day, in order to close business, we have to get them on our website. We have to get them on our island. How are we going to do that? Primarily three different ways. We need to do it in a way where we meet people where they are today. So what do people do when they're online? They're either doing searches, they're on social, or they're reading email. And that's why obviously SEO is still important, social is important, but email has a particular importance when we compare how it works compared to these other two forms of marketing. So if you want to you meet someone on social media, right? If you want them to actually invest in your product or service, it takes multiple touches. Now, this is something that actually a lot of marketers talk about, but it actually comes from the sales world, right? You need to have a certain number of calls, of meetings, a certain rapport before you're going to be able to build the trust that people will buy from you. Now, you probably heard people say, well, it might take 7 touches or 8 touches. It's going to be different for every person as well as every company and every product or service. Some people say 5, some people say 20. So I took the range of 5 to 20. It takes a lot of touches with a potential customer to get them to convert. Now, how are you going to get all these touches? Email is the best way to provide these touches, because not everybody sees everything you post in social media, but a lot more people might see everything that goes out to them in their email. Another important aspect about email is people find you from search, they go to your website. They find you on social, they go to your website. They're part of, their research phase. They're checking you out, they're checking your competitors out, right? You want to control that research process, because if you can control the research phase, you can further influence them to want to buy your product or service. The way you do this, obviously, is through email. If you can get them somehow to sign up to your list and start a drip sequence of content, you are going to increase the chances that they convert significantly. This is something that if we don't do, we have to hope they find us again through search, or hope they find us again through social, or hope that they bookmarked us, which obviously does not happen a lot of the time. So a few other reasons why email marketing is so compelling. And if you're interested in these stats, these all come from a blog post I wrote on email marketing stats. The URL is below there. But, we talk about Facebook having 2 billion users. Well, there's currently, 3.8 billion active email accounts. 59% say that email influences their purchasing decision. Your message, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this, your message is 5 times more likely to be seen through email than through your Facebook posts. And you can imagine how. And here's the incredible thing, this bottom number, $40 in sales for each dollar spent in sending emails. And the reason is, I have right now with GetResponse, I have a certain list, and let's say, it's 5,000 people. Let's say it's like 2,500 people at $59 a month. So if I can generate $2,000 of sales from that 2,500 person list, I am at basically $40 ROI per dollar spent. So you're not paying additional money. Everything you do, you're building assets. And the more income you generate, the greater the ROI, because you don't have to pay more for email marketing, unless obviously you go to another tier from 2,500 to 5,000. But hopefully by that point, you're making so much money that it doesn't really matter. That's why the ROI is so huge. And if you have an e-commerce shop and you add in automated abandoned cart emails, right, or other marketing automation functionality that GetResponse has, you can be making money in your sleep from your email list. And that's why the ROI is tremendous. Social media marketing ROI can be high as well, but they say the email marketing ROI is the highest, and this is the reason why. Just 2 more things before we go on to the lead magnets. And I look at Opt-in Monster as a great, pop-up plugin. I'm sure a lot of you use. They're a GetResponse partner as well. They've put out some incredible stats here. So just comparing, right, email versus social media, and you see, conversion rate, open rate, ROI on email is just much greater than organic social media marketing, as you can imagine. And here's the other thing, right? How many people, when you send out a post on a Facebook or, Instagram, Twitter, on average, you get less than 1% engagement. Think of the people that actually open your emails. The average probably is 20 to 30%. And think of the people then that click through, which they say is somewhere between 2 to 5%, maybe 2, 3, 4%, right? The numbers are just infinitely better than social media. So just things to consider, because social media takes a lot of time. The beautiful thing about email marketing is it can be automated. And once you invest a little bit of time in lead magnets, then that's where you really put fire, you add fuel to the fire, and things can really explode for you.